We certainly realize that this particular investigation has a very high interest in the public, and it's also important for us due to the nature of this investigation that we do get information out to the public, so thank you very much. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a significant update at this time. It is still an ongoing investigation, and we are still at this time seeking our suspect in the shooting of the transit police officer yesterday afternoon. You might have heard that late this afternoon, Burnaby RCMP had arrested a person who was of a similar description to our suspect. Investigation has determined that this is not our suspect. Our suspect is still being sought by police. We do have a police presence in this area still at this time, although you will see at this time some of our police officers will be collapsing the scenes that they have been working on. As we've been combing through these areas, doing searches, we will be removing certain officers from certain areas and tasking them with different roles throughout this investigation. It does still remain our top priority investigation at this time. We are still seeking a suspect that we believe to be armed. Anyone who has any information, sees any suspicious activity or cites our suspect is asked to call 911. We also have a tip line set up. If you just allow me to make the point that if you do have a tip, please don't tweet it to us. Please phone either the tip line or phone 911. We're not always able to respond to Twitter. Maybe in the future that will be the technology that evolves, but please give those suspicious occurrences, give any information you have to us either by 911 or by calling the police directly, not by social media. We deploy resources regardless of who the victim might be or regardless of, what the circumstances are. It is dependent on the circumstances of each file. In this case, we had a shooting which occurred at the SkyTrain station, and the information we received was an armed suspect running through an area that we could contain. So based on that information, a containment was set up, and now we've begun this process. So different shootings, different types of occurrences you've seen have, here and also throughout the Lower Mainland, depending on what those circumstances are, will dictate what resources are deployed. And I have to say that, we're, of course, having a law enforcement officer, it hits a little bit close to home for us as law enforcement. But we're talking about people, regardless of the job that you do, whenever there is a shooting, whenever we have serious incidents, it's people first, and we will give the response that is required based on the information that we have and the situation that would dictate those resources.